Thank you. Good morning. It's a great honor and privilege for me to be here today in Budapest at this important conference to present the activities, achievements of the Slovenian space sector and also the possibilities for our cooperation in the future. But before starting the presentation, I would like to show you our space video, which presents the sector in Slovenia in the last years. Please.
Slovenia is recognized as a green heart of Europe, but our vision and ambition is not limited to our own land. We have been space enthusiasts for a long time. In 1929, a Slovenian rocket engineer and a pioneer of astronautics, Herman Potočnik na Ordung, wrote a visionary book, The Problem of Space Travel, The Rocket Motor. Since then, Slovenian science and industry have been developing new solutions for exploring the universe. In 2017, Slovenia established the Herman Potočnik na Ordung Center of Space Technologies. The center works on the promotion of space technologies and the manifestation of human achievements in space with the interweaving of art and high technologies. In 2016, Slovenia joined the Space Nations by concluding an association agreement with the European Space Agency and is planning to become a full ESA member by 2024. Slovenian companies are engaging in various fields of the space industry, with a special focus on specialized niche products and services. In September 2020, the first Slovenian satellites, Nemo HD and Trisat, were launched into space. Slovenia is a home of smart and advanced technologies that are the result of Slovenian knowledge. We are developing hardware and software for large-scale and complex systems which must be measured. We are home to the world's leading provider of control and measuring systems for the most complex machines, now bringing their excellent knowledge into the space sector. We are developing complex nano-micro-scale platforms with fault-tolerant features that can be used in new space constellations. We are improving materials and developing new parts with lower mass and the same strength for space industry that can be used in the harsh space environment. We have become a global leader in the field of air-supported structures technology, the company which produces radomes that protect transportable antenna systems and is also exploring constructions of habitats on Mars. Slovenia attaches particular importance to Earth observation. We have satellite imagery processing services that contribute to fighting climate change and developing solutions for managing spatial data for support in land administration and agriculture processes. We use space technology and data to provide important solutions, useful data of water bodies, land cover changes, built-up areas, and other solutions for piped water systems in rural environments. All of this data is being used to facilitate environmental protection and support green sustainable development, which is very much in line with one of Slovenia's priorities, sustainable development. As part of ESA's human spaceflight and robotic exploration programs, we conduct bed rest studies of the effect of weightlessness on the human body. In 2021, an upgraded short-arm human centrifuge was transferred to the Planica Nordic Center. All the mentioned amazing achievements are only the most notable ones. In recent years, space activities have been increasingly becoming the focus of industry and research institutions. Slovenia's ambition is to involve new companies in space activities, working hand-in-hand with research institutions and universities, and will actively pursue activities to raise the recognition of the space sector in the future.
So, I will present today, firstly, the space governance in Slovenia, our position in Europe and in the world, followed by presenting some achievements, first excellent results of the companies and research institutions, focus on space strategy for the period up to 2030, and we'll conclude the presentation with some opportunities for starting or enhancing cooperation with you. So in Slovenia, space is within the responsibility of the Ministry of Economy, Tourism and Sports, where Slovenian Space Office was established 2 years ago. Our main task is to coordinate all the activities within the country. That means that we coordinate also the intergovernmental working group that was established 3 years ago and involves all the representatives of different ministries. So we are coordinating also the activities of the industry, of research institutions. We coordinate activities of the ministries, relations with European Space Agency and also European Union. And we focus also a lot of international cooperation. In 2016, as you have seen in the video, we signed associated agreement with ESA, and then the development of the space sector started. I would say the space sector since then has been developing rapidly. So we upgraded the agreement with ESA in 2020, and from 1st of January this year, we are the 23rd member of the European Space Agency. This is the year when the agency celebrates also the 50th years of their existence. We are also a member of COPUS since 21. We established quite a lot of bilateral agreements with some major space agencies, like ASI in Italy, then with Luxembourg, CNES in France, DLR in Germany, NASA, JAXA. Just this week, our colleagues were also with the business delegation to Algeria. We plan the business delegation to Brazil this year, Canada, and so on, to really support our companies and institutes in engaging in international global value chains. We will also participate in the Colorado Springs Space Symposium for the 3rd year this time. We will have a booth there presenting our actors that want to cooperate with the US market. Here is a recent timeline of the major achievements, milestones. Some have been mentioned already before, so I will not repeat every of them. Now we have 3 satellites launched to space, and the 4th is to be launched this year. It has been postponed. Then we have also the National Space Law. This was adopted in 2022. Strategy I mentioned in 23 covers the 7-year period until 2030. We also have a Zero office for educating primary school and high school students. We organized several events in Slovenia. We were in IAS Milan. Artemis Accords agreement was signed last year. And this year we will focus on ministerial conference in ESA. That means providing finance to different optional programs. We are also involved in the EU space law. This will be important law that will be the basis also of the providing finance for the space-related activities for the period until 2034. Slovenia has put always a lot of efforts in combining knowledge, experience with nature. So our Green Creative Smart is a logo for not only for space industry, but also for the others, and this is behind our economic growth. Although Slovenia is rather small, recent space nations recently, we have quite a number of actors in the space sector. So you can see almost upstream, midstream, downstream, you find some of the companies, at least one of the companies or institutions in all of them. Already mentioned, our companies and institutions excel, and they are focused on highly specialized niche products and services. I will not repeat what has been mentioned before. Here also in the presentation it's a QR code of our Slovenian space sector catalog. This is the 2nd edition, but this year we will publish another one. So the 3rd one will be published in 2 months. We already have some global players since 2016. As I mentioned, the space sector has been developing rapidly. We have 3D printing, a company that is successful on international markets. A representative is here today. You have seen also the control systems, the Earth observation, and so on. Regarding the 3 satellites, well, NEMO HD is the satellite that provides near on-time real video from space. It's still working. It was launched some years ago, but it's still working. And then 3SAT-R, it's the satellite that is operating in the altitude of 6,000 kilometers. It's a test satellite, but it's really impressive work. Research institutions and faculties are involved in many projects, as you see also today. You have seen in the video our human short-arm centrifuge in Planica. There is a laboratory since 21 there, conducting bed rest studies. One has just been finished recently. What is important is that we are one of the 3 countries that have this human centrifuge. It's only France, Germany, and Slovenia is the 3rd one, and we will continue to support the studies there. And there also a lot of international partners join. Research in space improves our life on Earth. This title I put on intention because all this research that is done also for the astronauts is important for our daily life. I mean, the research on bed rest studies, I mean, the results are important also for the medicine. So if the people lie a long time, so you see what is happening to the body. And with the countermeasures, you can also help people on Earth. We support the companies and institutions in ESA, research in the Human and Robotic Exploration Program and also in the PRODEX program. In Human and Robotic Exploration Program, the major project is, of course, the bed rest studies, but there are a lot of other projects of the institutes as well, relating to robotics, and maybe just to mention the preparing dental medicine for long-time missions on the moon. This is done by the students of the dental faculty, combining also the students from the engineering and electric faculty as well. And they have done already some tests already. And PRODEX I've mentioned before. PRODEX is the program that supports research projects in emissions in the space. Quite some institutes and universities are involved there. And as an example, I put also the photo of the project, development of the optical technology for space, for the satellites, that is used also in the washing machine to detect the textile, the color, and also enables sustainable use of water, because the machine then works on the basis of the not only of the materials that are being washed. Slovenia puts also a lot of emphasis into space education. We need future scientists, engineers, so we established a SERA office in 2024. It's focused on the primary and secondary schools. They use innovative approaches to really engage youngsters into being more interested in space. And I would also like to point out the master study, Erasmus Mundus SpaceMed program, that is done together with Jožef Stefan Institute from Slovenia, with partners from Germany and France. We also support some programs or subjects that are related to space at the universities in Ljubljana, Maribor, and Nova Gorica. And there will be also opportunity to enhance this in the future. You have seen in the video Nordung Center, Slovenia in Vitanje. It's in a small village. This is the institution where we try to really promote the space-related activities, the technologies, the applications. And we have the agreements with the schools, so also the pupils are visiting them during their school period. Slovenian space strategy. We adopted the strategy in 2023. Covers the period until 2030. Our aim is to boost our economy and competitiveness of the entities in the future, and really to support those that already excel in the space sector. Before we drafted the strategy, a thorough analysis has been done. That means involving not only the space sector, but also the global nation, also actors that are not active in space. And the strategy was then done according also to the advantages that were identified. That means that we have diverse ecosystem, strong academic sector and relevant research institutions, quite some network established in not only in Europe but on a global arena. We have a lot of innovation supportive capacities, expertise in all the key technologies, and also we built support framework of cooperation around the world. Space strategy has 5 main pillars. That means that we will focus on the development of space technologies and research and development. Of course, our intention is to be engaged in international space exploration and research, especially through the Human and Robotic Exploration Program through ESA. Space applications, of course, are also one of the domains that our companies and institutions excel. And we must not forget the importance of the next generation of scientists and engineers. So we are putting also a lot of efforts into STEM educations. And our aim is also to support the entrepreneurship, especially SMEs, and of course spin-offs within the universities. Here I listed the optional programs that we are participating in within ESA. And here there is a lot of opportunities for cooperation, not only within Slovenia, but with international partners. So it's a general support technology program, future Earth observation, human and robotic exploration and products, mainly also important ones, incubed business application and space solutions, digital twin Earth. These are the programs that we are now in, and we are and we are also in civil security from space, because we had some floods last year and the problems, and so we want to find solutions to minimize the negative effects. Another option to cooperate with Slovenian partners is also so-called requesting party activities. That means that we publish yearly a tender where up to 20% of the project can be financed from our budget, also to international partners. And this is, well, the tender will be published in April or May this year. The amount will be 1.5 million euros. And if you are interested in cooperating with Slovenian partners, of course, you can join, but we can talk about it also later. And since Slovenia is now a member of European Space Agency, there are also 2 additional programs that is now applicable for us. That meaning that also we can cooperate in the basic technology research program and science program, and we will also introduce so-called industrial incentive scheme. And before conclude, I would like to say that we will focus on the CM25 preparation. That means this is the ministerial conference of the European Space Agency, where we decide funding for the programs that we will participate in. But we normally do that on the basis of the estimated capacities and also plans of the industry and research institutions. We never do that just to put the money with no rationale behind. We will promote the Slovenian space sector also international markets. I already mentioned we organize several business delegations abroad. You are invited also to come to Slovenia. We also want to be part of the global value chains, so we also try to engage with the large system integrators. Anyway, we will increase the funding to ESA optional programs. We doubled them already in 22, and we'll double the amount also this year. We will focus on the industry, research institutions, and we'll also focus on international cooperation, especially enhancing the cooperation with the neighboring countries and also some largers that we already established relationships with. So this would be from my side. We look forward to enhancing cooperation with you. If you need any contacts, they are here, but in the breaks I'm also here so we can talk about possible interests from your side. Thank you.
Sabina, thank you very much for your presentation. And this is the moment where we will open the floor for the questions. So please raise your hand if you would like to